Hello, math family. It's Mrs. Arnold. Today we are going to be talking about attributes of shapes. So if you could get out the shapes that you cut out in class and took home, you are going to need those. So go ahead and get them out and lay them in front of you and pause this video until you have that ready. So we are going to be talking about describing shapes using different attributes. So when we talk about shapes, we talk about the different sides, which is the long part right here. We talk about the vertex or the vertices. Sometimes we like to call those corners or points, but we can describe a shape using saying that it has 3 vertices. And we also classify shapes based off of their angles. Okay, so whether they have acute angles, right angles, or obtuse angles. So this is a triangle. So go ahead and get all of your triangles out. Okay, pause this video until you've got that done. You should have shapes A, B, and C in front of you. Those are all triangles. They all have 3 sides, 3 vertices, and 3 angles. Okay, when we look at different shapes, we look at the different number of sides, angles, and vertices. So a triangle has 3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices. A quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices. A pentagon has 5 sides, 5 angles, and 5 vertices. A hexagon has 6 sides, 6 angles, and 6 vertices, and so on and so forth. Now, go ahead and get out all of your quadrilaterals and pause this video until you have picked out all of your quadrilaterals. Here's a hint. Those are all the shapes with 4 sides. You should have shapes D, G, H, I, J, and K. Those all have 4 sides. Now, you will notice that they don't all look the same. Okay? Shapes G, H, I, and J are all trapezoids. Shapes I and J are rhombuses. Shape J is a square. Shape J and K are rectangles. And shape I, J, and L are all kites. Now, one last attribute that we're going to talk about is parallel sides. Okay, so a parallelogram has 2 sets of parallel sides, which means that this side, if this line were to extend forever this way and this one would extend forever this way, they would never cross. That means that those sides are parallel to each other. The isosceles trapezoid, if you look at this line and this line, if you were to extend those down, they would eventually cross. That means they are not parallel. So a parallelogram has 2 sets of parallel lines, where an isosceles trapezoid only has 1 set of parallel lines. Go ahead and get out your shapes that have 5 sides, 5 vertices, and 5 angles, and pause this video until you pick them all out. You should have shapes E, F, and O. Those all have 5 sides, 5 vertices, and 5 angles. Now, notice the one in the middle of my screen. That's a regular pentagon, which means that all of the sides, angles, and vertices are the same. These around it, they're all irregular, which means they still have 5 sides, but not all of the sides, angles, and vertices are the same. Go ahead and get out all of your hexagons. You should have shapes M, N, and P. Those all have 6 sides, 6 angles, and 6 vertices. Those are all the attributes we're going to talk about today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.